Hello everyone, it's Sheltech, and this is UPERFECT's new 16-inch 3K OLED portable monitor, the UColor O2. And this thing looks incredible. This monitor comes in both a touchscreen and a no-touch version, and I'll be reviewing the no-touch in today's video. The UColor O2 supports 120Hz refresh rate, 16:10 screen, 100,000 to 1 contrast ratio, 1 millisecond response rate, USB-C, and HDMI interfaces, all in on an extremely slim and lightweight design. So if you're looking for a smaller monitor that pairs to your laptop, gaming console, PC, and other devices, this could be the one. It really ticks a lot of boxes. Today we're going to unbox, set up, go over the features and specs, as well as see what I like gaming on my PC, productivity, and portability. As always, if you have any questions, ask them down below. So let's see what's inside the box. We got the monitor on top. I'll get back to that in a second. Underneath is a quick startup guide. We got an HDMI cable and 2 USB-C cables, 4 screws for the VESA mount, and finally a USB-C power adapter. It looks like UPERFECT has included all the necessary cables to take advantage of multi-devices. Now taking a closer look at the O2 right out of the box, my first impression is how thin and premium this feels. Lifting up the smart cover reveals a 16-inch monitor that is beautifully designed with quality materials. Let's talk about the specs of this OLED portable monitor. It comes in at 1.59 pounds or 0.72 kilograms, all in a 13.94 by 9.53 by 0.6 inch thick form factor. It has a glossy display, it's made of pro aluminum, runs at 120 Hz, has HDR, 1 millisecond response rate, and a 2-year warranty. Looking at the connectivity options for this O2, on the right side are 3 ports, which include a mini HDMI 2.0 port, and 2 Type-C USB-C interfaces. One USB-C for power and the other to connect a multitude of options, such as your laptop, PC, phones, PS4, 5, Xbox, Switch, cameras, tablets, basically anything you want displayed on this monitor. On the left side of the screen are 5 physical buttons and a power LED. You have the power button, 2 menu up and down controls, and an input button. Turning over to O2 are 2 1-watt speakers that I'll test later. There also is some VESA mounting holes if you want to put your monitor on its own stand. The smart cover attaches the back of the monitor via magnets that are really strong. This smart cover also acts as a 2-position stand where you can also fold over, and it'll snap together with the magnets to prevent the monitor from sliding down accidentally if bumped. Since the UPERFECT UColor O2 is a portable monitor, it can be used just about anywhere and with just about any device. In my case, I think this makes a perfect addition as a second screen for my PC. For me, I don't want a full-size second monitor taking up valuable real estate on my already crowded desk, so a space-saving 16-inch monitor is a great alternative. Fits nice and cozy under my OLED LG monitor, giving my desk setup a nice and sleek appearance. So you have 2 ways to connect this portable monitor to your PC or devices: the Mini 2.0 HDMI and the USB-C. That will give you the best connection. The other USB-C port you can use to connect to the power supply, but both USB-C ports can transfer either power or data. This is a 16-watt monitor, so connecting to a power supply I think is essential to get the full use of this monitor, especially connected to a gaming PC. Although the O2 can run with a single cable on something like a M4 Mac Mini with some features turned down. Checking out the built-in menu, you press the second button to give you access to the menu system to customize this display to your liking. Pressing it 2 times will light up the feature you want to change, and the 3rd button and 4th buttons will let you increase or decrease that option. The 2 buttons also let you scroll and select different menus and options on this monitor. The 5th button is a back button for the menus and will return you back to your desktop, but it is primarily used to switch between the 3 inputs available on this monitor. The picture quality of this OLED panel is excellent. With thin bezels, colors look vibrant and sharp. With this glossy 2880 by 1800 3K display, I think it pairs extremely well with my 32-inch 4K above it. Of course, the 4K is superior, but I think the 3K holds its own when it's used in tandem. The O2 gives a 16:10 aspect ratio rather than the standard 16:9 that gives a wider vertical view that can come in handy for productive uses. It's got DCI P300% color gamut with a color depth of 8-bit and HDR, but no HDR10 Plus or Dolby Vision. The monitor has a glossy screen, helping to make the colors pop. Because of the glossiness, you're going to get some reflection, but it's minimal even in a bright room. And it has a low blue mode to help reduce eye strain and fatigue. Now on to gaming. I don't game with consoles or handhelds, but I do love to use my PC. Gaming on this monitor did give me a pretty impressive experience. I wouldn't say it rivaled my main 4K monitor that was pretty expensive, but it complements extremely well for secondary and main tasks. But gaming in 3K on this monitor was surprisingly stunning. Gameplay is relatively smooth and enjoyable with 1 millisecond response time, with the added benefit of 120Hz. Although I found that full resolution 2880 by 1800 using the HDMI, you have a max of 100Hz. But if you do turn the resolution to 2560 by 1600, you will get the max 120Hz on the PC through the HDMI. It also doesn't have G-Sync or FreeSync, which would make it closer to perfect for us PC enthusiasts. Besides those limitations, I've played a number of games on my PC and they absolutely looked incredible, with really sharp and vibrant colors, dark black levels, and an excellent contrast that is helped by the glossy screen. The two 1-watt speakers are decent. They do provide great sound when using this monitor on the go. They are definitely useful to have, but really there is no depth there when attached to a setup like my PC or PS5. Using outside speakers or headphones is your best option, especially for movies, TV, and content. But have a listen to this to give you an idea.
Cannot be used for standing, as the cables have become a rat's nest over time. With adding new desktop equipment, monitors, and computers,
The O2 gives you a good working area for your productivity task. In tandem with another monitor, it can really boost your productivity with a multi-monitor setup. You can use it in horizontal or vertical mode to help with all types of programs. Even working on programs like Adobe Pro or Photoshop with excellent colors and sharp pixel density in 3K. I found the text clarity to be excellent as I found myself using this monitor to read my emails and write my scripts for my videos. Now, a big feature with these types of monitors is the portability. At only 1.5 pounds, this is a great monitor on the go. With a smart cover as protection, it fits perfectly in your backpack or luggage, whether you need an extra screen for your work laptop or want to game anywhere. This monitor gives you that option, and depending on what you use it for, you could get by with just one cable. So if you're one of these people who like the idea of having increased screen real estate when you're out and about, maybe at the airport or coffee shop, I think this is a natural accessory for your devices. Looking at some of the pros and cons that I found with the UPERFECT UColor O2, there are some things that I really love and I think you would love too. Love the 120Hz, so you can hook this up to your console and take full advantage of the hardware. The OLED glossy screen is the wave of the future, and to have it in a smaller form factor is really outstanding. This monitor just looks good, no cheap looking materials, has a smart stand cover included, perfect size and weight to carry around town or the world. The O2 is a great complementary monitor to your desk setup, whether you use a Mac or a PC, and space is at a premium, or you just don't need another full-size monitor. Its portability and specs should be attractive to gamers with the ability to hook up their Switch and enjoy the larger screen. It really is an all-in-one monitor for gamers and productivity users alike. Some things I wish this monitor had is some OLED protection options to prevent burn-in, even though turning down the brightness and having a cycling, moving background should help with that. Gamer mode may be an option, adding features such as crosshairs. Better speakers, but I realize these portable monitors' space and weight are at a premium, especially when most of us want thinner, lighter, faster, and attractive monitors. I also was a little annoyed how the cables stick out on the side of the monitor, so I picked up some of these 180-degree angle USB-C and mini HDMI adapters to reroute them for a cleaner look. Speaking personally, I'm glad I had a chance to add a portable monitor to my setup and definitely thankful to UPERFECT for sending this for an honest review. I am super impressed by the UColor's O2 16-inch non-touchscreen 3K OLED monitor, and I believe it comes in at a good price at around $349. There also is a touchscreen version available for $50 more, but I'll have some codes down in the description to knock that price down if you choose to buy. Hopefully this video has been helpful to show you what it can be used for and make your decisions easier when shopping for a portable monitor. Well, you just made it to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. Check out this video next. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for Shell Tech.